make something happen here. And we're live on the air. That was a very fast upload. Thank you, Google. This is the Scallywags Sketchcast, and I'm Darren J. Gendron. I'm one of your two magnificent and totally handsome hosts. Clearly, the also almost magnificent and handsome is the O Abnormal.
Definitely the better host, but you know.
Oh gosh, so we're back from a little bit of a hiatus there. Some cross-country traveling, some holidays, and time off. So it's time to get back to the Sketchcast, and we booked a new guest for this week. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Chris Williams.
Hi guys, how you doing?
You know, for a half second there, I was like, "Wait, is your last name actually Williams? Like, is it just? Am I getting it wrong in my head there? Like, this is why
You got it. You got it. Good job.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have forgotten to set up the clock of doom, so I'm going to do that real quick. Chris, please introduce yourself to the audience.
I'm Chris.
To me.
And to O. O has gotten
okay.
to talk to Chris for all of about 1 minute at this point.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Chris, it's because I see you're starting there. So before you go on and tell us who you are and all that kind of stuff, and it better be interesting, by the way.
I can't promise anything, buddy.
Well, okay. But what is today's topic, Chris?
Today's topic is giant robot adventures.
Giant robot adventurers.
I've got this fascination with robots lately. I don't know why, so just bear with me.
Because they're robots.
So just lately, then?
Yeah, probably about the past year. I've started this fascination with robots, and I don't know why. It's fun.
Okay.
So now back to who the hell are you?
Okay.
Actually, hold on a second. Hold on a second. You guys are going to start. I'm actually going to change my screen over to the clock of doom, and I'm going to put an hour and 30 seconds, or an hour and 30 minutes on the clock, and we are going to start the battle clock.
Okay.
Now, Chris, feel the pressure of the clock and the audience watching you at home. Feel all that stress piling down on you right now, the sweat beating at your brow,
Oh gosh.
hands shaking. The puberty suddenly happening at this stage of your life. It's surprisingly late.
If the timer's going, I'm drawing.
Okay. And who are you?
My name is Chris Williams. I do ChristopherComic.com. I've done it close to 4 years now, I think. Yes, close to 4 years. And that's pretty much what's got me going and everything. I guess I don't know. I draw stuff. That's about it.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
We're hanging you up to dry right now. Oh my gosh. Chris, I met you.
Got anything better than that?
Chris, I want to say I met you about 2
I'm
years
a dad.
ago.
That's about it. My whole comic revolves around being a dad. And yeah, I think when did we meet? I think we first met at a free comic book day, was it?
It may have been something like
maybe
that.
Maybe it was like SPX before that.
I want to say it may have been an SPX. I remember.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might have been, yeah.
Like not last SPX, but an SPX 2 years ago, I want to say.
Mm.
Yeah, and you handed me a flyer, and I totally loved your comic right away. Could not care. He is actually, as soon as he saw your comic, he is now waiting for a day where he doesn't need to use his computer, so he may set it on fire.
Darren should explain. Before you just go around making it sound like I just hate his work and O does not approve of you. Welcome to the show. No, I am anti.
How is never going to be a dad.
No, it's okay.
He is a dad to his cats. Yes.
That is totally okay, buddy.
I am not going to lie. There was a part of me that was mildly terrified when I realized that I had accidentally booked you, Chris, on the Father's Day Sunday. And I'm like, oh, crap, O is going to kill me because there's almost no way that you're not going to pick, like, some dad-type topic as a Father's Day thing.
No, dude, I'm good.
Yeah.
Shoot.
And when you came out with the, because our guests get to pick the topic, and when you sent the topic to us this morning, I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, jeez. O is not gonna like punch me in the nuts because he's gonna see me pretty soon again. So I don't want to get my nuts punched. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, totally understandable.
Yeah.
I would not want to get my nuts punched
Yes.
either.
Nobody likes a nut punch.
No, you guys already used them, so they're probably very punchable.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, I'd still rather not. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm really not.
They're still good friends. They're like old buddies, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. They've done some heavy lifting in their day, but at this point, they deserve the retirement.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah.
so, nut punching and nut work. We're off to some very like high.
We are making it super classy, ladies and gentlemen,
Like,
in
will we
just
be
the
able?
first 4 minutes.
Yeah. Will we be able to keep such high standards for the rest of the evening?
Man, I really don't even know. I gotta
Like-
start some drivers here. I'm being.
There is actually a whole question line that I'm even debating. So, if you can think of a side topic fast, you've got like 5 seconds before I suddenly ask, so Chris, what did you do for Father's Day?
I can tell you.
Well, you already asked, idiot. Oh, by the way, Chris, there seems to be a problem with
We just lost your camera feed, Chris.
Yeah, 1 second. I gotta restart some drivers here in junk. I'm lagging so bad, you guys. So 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Blaming the lag already. Yeah.
Can you keep talking, or?
I can't keep talking.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
keep going,
So
keep going.
actually, well, I suppose eventually you are gonna say what you did for Father's Day, but I actually do enjoy talking a lot to other artists about, well, what do you know, art. So, so I am curious to know like your background, where you're coming from, all that.
Yeah. Jeez. I guess my background in art. I guess.
Well, yeah, but
I don't know.
well, what else do you do? Like, now I'm just curious. What else do you do?
Well, okay.
You do have a pretty shitty job.
Yeah, no, I literally do. I work in sewage wastewater treatment, I guess. Well, not I guess. I literally do work in wastewater treatment.
Dad joke number 1 goes to Bjorn.
So yeah, I've seen a lot of crap in my day.
Oh,
Dad joke number 2.
Oh man,
But
is this gonna be my evening? Is this? I'm so glad you guys get along.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Is like whenever I became a dad, they actually came into a room with papers and everything, saying it's like I need to make X amount of dad jokes per day. Otherwise, I mean, they take my kid. I mean,
That's one of those things they never tell you about being a parent. Like you got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's actually an article about it. I read an article about it on Cracked about the inevitability of dad jokes and how they basically how they just creep on you and all of a sudden, yeah.
See, I have a theory about it and why I feel that. Chris is screwed because he was always making dad jokes.
Yeah,
but
I think
this is why I feel I'm bulletproof to dad jokes. Is that as a father, when you make your child laugh, you're like a fucking god at that point, and babies are incredibly easy marks. Like I'm able to get my youngest to laugh right now by singing Blondie to him. One way or another, and he just peels laughter. It's such an easy gag, but I love it. Now, when they get to be like 5 years old, they're still going for the easy shit, and by that point, you've done 5 years of just weak, low-hanging fruit comedy, and it's paid off for 5 straight years. That when they start to actually develop sophisticated senses of humor, you just don't fucking care anymore. Like, nope, gonna go for the cheap shots.
Wait, you started this whole, by the way, incredibly boring exposition by saying that you were never gonna make dad jokes, but you.
Oh no! I'm not gonna fall into the trap of dad jokes.
That's why I don't get what you're saying.
I like making dad jokes, but ironically, it's not ironic.
That's what I think you're a little too far gone, buddy.
No, I am.
Oh my gosh, Chris, what is going on with your computer?
What do you mean? What's going on?
It's still a giant ad for Manicam at this point.
Is it? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Wait, you've been working this whole time? Just.
I'm waiting for him to like pop
All right,
up.
1 second.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
just hoping that suddenly we see a screen that's like this complete finished piece of artwork. Like,
Well,
yeah.
what's that? What's that? I mean, my screen was working. No? Okay, here's my art.
No,
And
it
it's
totally is.
bam.
working.
It's just like something you spent the last week on, like, yeah, we'll show. Yeah. I'll outdraws him.
Let's see.
Oh, I'm still getting the ad right now, by the way.
Yep, 1 second, 1 second.
And there is 1 hour and
Oh, here we go.
21 minutes
Ah,
on the
pow.
battle clock.
Is that better?
Okay, now there's something going on here.
Okay.
Yeah, now I can see something. Now
I'm
I see.
strongly debating if I should ask if that's a GoBot.
I thought we weren't going to talk Super Art Fight on this thing.
It was an easy shot.
No.
But I couldn't resist it.
You
But
suck.
no. That's an inside joke for all of like 20 people. We'll move on. And seriously, let's talk giant robots.
Well, no, wait. I was asking him
I'm
about
still
his
lagging like
background.
crazy, but I'm just
Oh.
dealing with it at this point.
Okay, so Chris, tell us about your artistic background.
Okay, well,
So
I mean,
wait, you said actually you were saying that you were in sewage treatment. So
yes, that is my day job. So, mild-mannered. So,
We just lost your audio now.
oh no! Hello.
no, well, actually we have it again. So,
Okay, we got it back. It cut
Okay.
out.
Ah. I'm really hoping I'm not lagging right out of this thing.
Actually, we're getting good video from you now. So
So maybe you can just shut up and draw.
just sit there and look pretty, Chris.
Okay.
So
Anyway.
you're a moonlighting webcomicer, and
Yeah.
what was your any formal training in art before sitting down and saying, "I'm going to make a webcomic"?
Nothing really. Other than just I've loved drawing my entire life. I mean, it sounds so cheesy, but it really is. I mean, it's just like I've drawn my entire life. It was like a way for me to escape when I was younger, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I guess I really drew a lot of just my favorite video game characters when I was really little, like your Link, Sonic, Mega Man, just like all that stuff when I was younger. Then as I got older, I started drawing my favorite comic book stuff and like copying my favorite art style. Like back in the day, it was J. Scott Campbell, Michael Turner. Those, I don't know. So it doesn't really translate well to what I do now. I mean, that's like I was pretty much aping their styles when I was in high school back then.
Yeah. I think
But,
a lot of artists start off that way by like doing that style ape before they develop their own.
Yeah, and I really don't knock it. I mean, for as much as I got knocked back in the day when I was in school, I constantly got called a hack and blah 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 by other people who like, I guess, comics as well as I did back then.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. And I don't know. I guess as I got older, and I got busier, and I ended up getting a full-time job. I guess comics kind of went by the wayside. And I had tried getting into webcomics. I was reading a lot of Penny Arcade back in the day, and like VG Cats, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
comic. And so my first webcomic was like a semi-autobiographical thing called Mission Sven. It was me and a buddy of mine was writing the thing. And I made it maybe like 12 full pages before I just gave up on it because I did not expect it to be that much work because I was like doing full pages and colors and inks and everything.
Yeah.
I truly had no idea about how much work went into doing a webcomic, and we were trying to do it twice a week. And so eventually I just gave up on that and just like, I don't know. I mean, the love always stayed with me, but I mean, I just couldn't handle it at that point in time. Plus, I mean, I was getting promoted at work and taking on more responsibility, and I couldn't keep up with it, I guess.
So during that time, how much Sonic fan fiction were you drawing?
Actually, none at all. I was actually trying to get a portfolio together to do go into concept art for games, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
No, I keep saying I guess. I really am doing all this. Was doing all this stuff.
Maybe
And,
I was doing that. You tell me.
yeah, but that's what I was working on. I was trying to get into games development. I was taking on all these side projects, like doing like character design for independent projects and stuff. Like one of them, like I got pretty burned on. I'm not sure if anybody remembers it at all, but it was called Chaos War. It was like starting to get a little bit of press, I guess, but because I found out about it on the conceptart.org forums. I was like, yeah, I'll draw stuff for you. And I went in there, and they were promising pay, and they're just like, we worked. Like, it was just me and this whole team. We were working and just worked so, I don't know, long hours on our part. But, like, I don't know. Guy just never came through, so we just, like, eventually just all left after we found out it was pretty much a scam. So, because then we'd, like, see pictures of, like, the guy that put the whole thing together, smoking cigars in Cuba and stuff. I was like, what is going on? Like, while he's like trying to get investors in the project and stuff. So
crazy.
That didn't end up too well. And then shortly after that, I found out Bethesda Softworks was actually going to have an open house for like I guess what was going to be their ZeniMax Online studio, which they just pumped out EverQuest Online, not EverQuest, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I was about to ask,
years
how long ago was this?
That was that was probably 5-6 years ago. Whenever
but when you said EverQuest, I'm like, oh
no, this is for Elder Scrolls Online. It was for ZeniMax Online because I'm based right out of Maryland. Like run around Rockville, Bethesda, and all
where
that.
A bunch of those nice, fun game companies are set up.
Yeah, like Hunt Valley and stuff.
And I almost went to work for one of those game companies at one point. I was strong considering it.
What was the other one that was around here?
Sid Meier's is out there. Firaxis.
Yeah.
It's a weird little cluster of video games all
like all around
Maryland.
Valley and stuff. Yeah. But needless to say, I didn't get that job, which is why I'm doing wastewater. But after that, because I had put so much work into a portfolio and stuff. I mean, I like banked so hard on getting that job and like just like getting out of this job. I really didn't like doing wastewater treatment, And it's like, I was so depressed after that. And I just didn't draw anything for the longest time until finally, I guess, me and my wife, we got pregnant. I had been wanting to do my own journal comic for a while. And it just started from there. It's like, I'm just going to write about us being pregnant and what's going to happen. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just been carrying on ever since then.
So
and now I can't drawing at all. So I mean, it's like the perfect thing that needed to happen for me. So
what do you do at the sewage treatment plant, and what do you do there?
I do a lot of electrical and mechanical maintenance.
Are you like an engineer or something? Or
no. There are engineers, but I'm not that smart to be an engineer.
Okay.
I can turn a wrench pretty good, I'll tell you that much.
How close is your job to Homer Simpson's job, give or take a nuclear power plant?
It's pretty close. I mean, I do manage operations from time to time. Of like how well the water's being treated, I guess. But for the most part, I'm just turning.
So it's like your job that nobody's mean to the water. Like.
And dad joke number 3 goes to Mo.
I can make dad jokes too. Guess what? I got balls.
Balls. I don't want to do this stream anymore.
I am actually keeping score on this right now, just so we know.
You're just mean. I don't want to do this anymore.
A water. It's okay.
You're
just show me the shit that was picking on you. Come on.
Okay, I made the dad joke, but you guys didn't have to continue it. Like, you could have just left it there.
Really? We didn't have to, but I think we did. I'd like to point out real quick for the viewers at home, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, we do have the question and answer system hooked up right now, so if you would actually like to ask questions of Chris, O, or Dern, you can go through the Google Plus page and send in questions. If people really love those questions, they'll give them pluses, and we might actually pay attention to that.
Wow.
I don't. Yeah.
Really reaching there.
Yes. And now I just completely killed the conversation while doing that. By the way, guys, we are on a slight delay, so yeah, even if somebody's like, oh my gosh, I can ask them questions, it still would take them like another minute to actually get that question in. Just so we know.
And also, I'm still lagging, so.
Okay.
That's my excuse for everything right now. I'm lagging.
I'm lagging. I'm lagging. Like, you will in person be lagging, yeah.
Do you use that excuse at work much?
No, I just go to the bathroom for like a half hour.
I don't know. I would like to imagine that the bathrooms at the sewage treatment plant are different.
They're like the greatest bathrooms ever.
I just can't really imagine. Like they just go out and I don't know, like maybe just do it right there on the factory floor. And
we totally have never done that.
Well,
ever. No, that would never happen.
You shat in one of the biggest toilets ever, is what you're saying. See, I was hoping it was going to be some
admitting to anything, but No, I'm not admitting. No.
I was hoping that you'd have like some sort of like matrix pod where you could just like, since you're right at the source, you could just tap straight into it, and it would be like this magical like 20 tubed up toilet.
I don't think I would call it magical.
Hey, pooping is magical.
Let's call it fecal then, but.
Chris,
yes.
Are you a fecal mancer?
Sure, why not? I like that title.
The Fecal Mancer.
The Fecal Mancer, yes.
We're gonna start writing fiction novels about you.
I actually had to pause and think about what you said. It's like, are you a fecal man, sir? I was like, wait, what? It's like, are you seeing him into scat stuff?
Okay, well that explains the pause because for a minute there was like, oh shit, we took it too far.
I had to pause and process that.
Like, oh man, we took it too far.
I'm gonna say, usually when you have to poop, there is a pause and process.
Jeez.
So I bet you're
wait. Judges, is that a dad joke?
Wait, what?
I'd say yeah.
The pause and process. Yeah. Okay, I'll take dad joke number 4.
It was a weak one though.
Yeah.
Well,
dad jokes are weak, sir. So I'm betting Chris is pretty much tired of poop jokes.
We have
no, I can do poop jokes all day long, buddies.
Really?
Let's do this.
Really? You don't get
have a question? So I'm just going to approve this question without actually reading it first. So, hello to everyone. I'm currently on vacation, right? And I just keep going with the sketches and stuff, but I don't feel that I'm going forward. So do I do some anatomy studies? I still don't feel it. Is there a matter of persistency, or am I missing something?
Okay, let me put Chris here in context so we can give him a chance to give out some advice. Okay, so
oh boy, I'm like the worst at
this. This is one of your former students, so
I'm guessing, yeah. I was guessing that much. Okay, so with my students, Chris, I normally give them the advice that they need to make sketches every single day. That they need to draw and sketch every single day.
That is fact.
And that you will notice a lot of improvement in your work when you sketch every single day. That brings us to the question of the student who is saying, I'm doing sketches every single day, not noticing any improvement. And so, what do you think could be going on?
He says he's not seeing any improvement, even though he's drawing every day. Was that?
Yeah. He doesn't feel like he's moving forward.
That's the thing about, I don't know, you see, if you stare at your own stuff every single day, in my opinion, you're not going to really see an improvement. But, I mean, if I hadn't really sat down and looked at my own stuff, I don't think I've improved at all. But, I mean, I look at my first stuff when I first started, like, doing my journal comic every day. To the stuff I do now, and it's like leaps and bounds what I used to do. So, I mean, it's just, it's just, maybe don't beat yourself up so much over what you're doing wrong, because I'm not wording this very well.
No, you're doing okay. Go.
But
you're saying it's like a forest for the trees type thing, that if you're too close to it and you don't pull back, you might not be seeing the actual growth that's there.
I mean,
I'll invite you to keep in mind, Darren, that forest for the trees is not something people around the world are going to get. So you could explain that to people, like what is the forest for the trees?
Well, it's an axiom that says you can't see the forest because the trees are in the way. That if you're right in the middle of the forest looking right at a tree, you could say that tree is blocking your view of the forest because you're not looking at the big picture. But if you take a step back and realize that tree is part of the forest, and there are other trees around it, and that makes the forest. That's you can't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah. No, I knew that. I just kind of worried that the person asking the question might not.
I'm relatively sure that's in a Peter Gabriel song, and the world knows Peter Gabriel.
Do you realize how young my students are, Dern?
Everybody knows Peter Gabriel.
Nope, sorry to disappoint you.
They will hit the B square or be damned. Because you know why, Ro? You know why? Because the heart of rock and roll is still beating. In Cleveland.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever been part of.
And Detroit. Which, if you think about it, if the heart of rock and roll is beating in Cleveland and Detroit, the heart of rock and roll has got some serious problems right now.
It really does.
Well, when I was little and I heard that song for the first time, which, by the way, is Huey Lewis.
Oh my God, it's Huey Lewis.
So there you go.
And I'm just going with it. Like Huey Lewis, Peter Gabriel, same person.
So when I was little and I heard that
both
song
Beatles,
for the first time, like the chorus, the heart of rock and roll is still beating. I always heard the heart of rock and roll is in Cleveland, and I always thought like, it's a nice song about Cleveland.
There actually is a line that says in Cleveland.
Yes, but that really was weird to me, because then that line would come up, and I'd go like, you've been mentioning Cleveland.
Seriously.
Like the whole song, like. Do you really need to mention it again? We know you like Cleveland, and then he would have mentioned all the other cities, and then Cleveland again, and oh my God, what's going on here? Like, I don't get it.
Like, seriously, are you like the Red Hot Chili Peppers to California as you are to Cleveland?
It was weird to me. So anyway, there is something that happens in sports and in art, and it's basically when you're training. Dern's probably very familiar with this because Dern was quite the athlete before competitive. I mean,
I'm a jock.
Yeah, Dern was quite the jock. But in any case, there is something that happens in sports and in art and pretty much in everything that you learn, and it's that at a certain point you kind of stagnate and you stop seeing any progress in your skill, and yes, you plateau. And the interesting thing about this is that, and I know it sounds like I'm just like trying to cheer people up and stuff like that, but no, really, if you actually power through it, there will come like a point where you're just gonna shoot through and suddenly skyrocket with your skill. So this does happen. It's very, very common. It happens to pretty much anybody, and actually. And the different sports that I've trained in my life and all that kind of stuff, they tell you to actually be excited when that happens, because it actually means that there is progress. It actually means that you're getting way better, and that just like from one moment to another, you're going to skyrocket with your skill. So actually, I'm excited for you, buddy.
Agreed.
Good for you.
Yay, mediocrity.
One second, I'm going to try something.
All right, and we've lost footage from.
I'm trying something out real quick. I'm trying to ease the lag because it's killing me.
Yeah, I'm liking how your art seems to have evolved from it started off a little Atomic Robo. I was digging that, and now it's like Atomic RoboCop.
Okay. No, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Atomic Robo fan, and I'm a huge RoboCop fan.
Yeah. I may have to jot that one down as a, yeah.
But by the way, I saw RoboCop the remake the other day.
Just the other day?
Yeah, I hadn't seen it yet, and I saw it like the week before I went to A-Kon.
Okay.
I really liked it. I don't get what people's problem was with it. I thought it was very, very enjoyable.
I'd still want to see it myself. I mean, it's got a great cast. So
did you watch it, Chris?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I have a kid, man. I can't go out and see all these movies.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
What is the last movie that you've seen, though, Chris?
Ooh.
Titanic.
Shut up.
I have a guess.
What was the last one I saw?
I would guess Lego Movie.
Yes, that was the last one I saw. Thank
Ah!
you.
That one doesn't count. You guys took your little snot balls.
No,
I didn't.
No, the theater is way too loud for my kids still. I don't want to do that.
I took my kid. The last movie that I took my kid to was Winter Soldier.
I hate
Nice.
Why did you do that to people going to the movies?
It was beautiful. We purposely went for the latest showing that we could. He lasted about 2 minutes. He looked up at me and said, "Dad, is that Captain America?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Okay." And then he just set his head down on my lap and was conked out for the next 2 hours.
Wow.
And I just got to sit and enjoy the movie and not panic about it. Because the moment if he would have had one peep, I'm just going full SWAT team, he's out the door. And I have to leave the movie. Because I will not destroy another person's movie-going experience.
And the world appreciates you for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the world definitely appreciates you for that. Thank you for being a much better person than most people.
I try to be. I'm just that damn good.
You're not, like...
You're also that damn good. So.
Mm-hmm.
But no, really, no. Movies are way, way too loud still for me to drag my kid into. So I know me and my wife went on a little date. See the Lego Movie.
Every now and then you got to do that. But then when you're a parent, this is the annoying things about movie dates. Is like when you're a teenager, a movie date's $20. When you're a parent, all of a sudden a movie date is like $60.
Right.
And you really have to you have to debate.
Please explain
really
this.
worth it? Babysitter.
Oh, okay.
You have to pay for that. You have to pay by the hour, and there's a logic in your head at this point. You're like, do I really want to pay $60, or do I just want to skip one movie date, and then next time a movie date comes, hire the babysitter and rent a motel room? That's what starts to happen at that point.
People make me sad.
Yeah.
That's kids for you, buddy.
Happy Father's Day.
No,
wow.
I mean, I'm excited for when I finally do get to take my kids, to a movie at some point. But right now, it's just way too bloody loud. I don't know why they're all so loud. Which also might really be showing you how old I'm really getting.
You damn kids, ladies and gentlemen. There is now 59 minutes left on the battle clock. When the time is done, we will decide who the winner is. The other will be blown up.
Yay, I like being blown up. Wait.
That's why we don't have repeat guests.
Yeah, I was just about to say, this is pretty much a guaranteed loss for Chris because you need me next week.
So,
Chris,
we have a
do you want to do
follow-up
the sketchcast with me for now?
Hey, Sketchcast, ladies and gentlemen.
On a positive side, my one.
We have a new question, and that is, following the last question's topic, is it bad that I hate my drawings after I finish them, even though I do see improvement? Don't get me wrong, I love drawing, but I hate my art.
Oh, again, Chris, go ahead and...
Wait, did everybody ask that question just now?
What's that? Everybody?
That's literally everybody.
That is literally every artist.
Yeah, just about. I mean, there's every once in a while I'll really like something I've done, but for most part, I'm man, I really don't like this. An example, I did a Rapunzel thing for Sketch Dailies not long ago, I guess. Hated it. I tore the thing up so much before I even posted it. I just posted it just because I was sick of working on it. I hated it, and it's whatever, it's done. But then it went off and Sketch Dailies retweeted it. It got favorited I don't know how many times, and everybody loved it. It's I don't know. You are your own worst critic, I guess.
And you're just sitting there thinking, what are these people, stupid or something?
Well, I guess that little layer I threw on of that opaque white really helped out. I don't know. But
like I've said before that a good artist hates everything he's done, but I actually think there's a certain logic attached to it. Mm-hmm. And it's that a good artist doesn't just draw stuff. You're also learning.
Yes.
Every single time you're working, you're learning at the same time. And the thing is, if while you're drawing something, you're learning about it, it just stands to reason that once you're done with it, you've learned, you know more about it, and you know more about what you're doing than when you started. So it's reasonable that by the time you're done, you could do it better. Always. So I always hate everything I do because I always finish it, look at it, and say, okay, I can do this and that better. And the thing is, like, a lot of people, everybody has that sensation. Everybody feels they can do better. Everybody hates their own art. It's just that some people don't let that keep that. Like, some people don't let that stop them from sharing it. Like, that's the only difference. The only difference between us and a lot of other artists, well, aside from the fact that we're awesome, is that, like, the art that I hate, I show it anyway. And that's it. That's
you also, you specifically, have the advantage of, if you actually do something that's good, and it occasionally happens, I pretty much just take it away from you, and I will show it to people as need be too. Like, I get this, I pretty much go through your portfolio and say this, and this gets turned into merchandise. And I'm sure that I have taken some of your art pieces that you thought should have been crumpled up into the trash and turned it into merchandise, and it's become some of our best sellers.
Normally you're really not the best judge. I mean, you have to be, of course, a critic of yourself.
Wait, you're speaking not to me, but the artist. Normally, you're not the best judge, Dern. You're kind of a terrible businessman.
Normally, you suck, but I tolerate you. So, no. Normally,
I am the better artist, and you know it.
Yeah, it's been proven. But yeah, normally,
scientifically.
Okay, I'll just say it another way. Normally, one is not the best judge of one's work.
Yes.
You do have to be critical of yourself, because otherwise you'll just become like some deluded asshole that thinks he's awesome all the time.
Wait, you're talking about me again, aren't you?
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to criticize yourself, but again, don't expect to be your biggest fan. And if you are your biggest fan, what the fuck is the matter with you?
Yeah.
Like, really.
I mean, I think the biggest thing that plays into it also is, like, we also are way too aware of our own weaknesses.
Oh, yeah.
So I call it that we totally half-assed something. It really can tear at us, I guess, for the finished piece.
I call it the zit effect. And I use this example a lot in my classes, so any student listening to this is probably groaning like, oh, shit, he's going to tell the zit story again. And yes, basically, when you look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and you see that you have a zit, you normally tend to assume that everybody is going to be checking out your zit. And the thing is, most people are not going to notice it. It's just you, because you know where it is and you know where to look.
Amen. So, preach on.
Acne. Sexy.
It is.
Acne. It's also artistic.
You see, for me
that's
personally,
exactly it. It's like, are we? Yeah, and go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, for me personally, like, when I look back on my old writing, I've got such short-term memory problems that I usually don't remember the stuff that I've written. And because of what I've written in the past, I usually write things that I feel are funny to me. I usually just make myself crack up when I read through my old stuff.
He does. I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's
like, I'll have old comics point out, and I'll just like, I'm a funny motherfucker. Okay. And
it's very disturbing, by the way.
Half the time, this is good, because I'll get like a nice ego boost. But then that other half of the time, where all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, when am I ever going to be this funny again? I'm a hack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the time, I take it as like, I'm funny. I could do this.
So insecurity, it's a thing.
But you're also a dad, so your opinion doesn't count if you're funny.
Well, I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Yeah.
I've learned this the hard way.
The cat
lady
is hysterical,
but my wife wants me to shut up half the time.
Are you very noisy in bed? Is that it? She wants you to shut up?
I don't cry with it.
You've gotten good at muffling the sobs.
It's just a very emotional experience for me, okay?
Like, orgasms are just very intense for me.
They really are. Wait, sorry.
Wait.
Overshare.
Kill me.
So
yeah.
orgasms. That's just a great way to finish the show. Okay. Thank you everybody for listening.
Hey,
Hey,
good night.
wait. No. This is
Uh-oh.
my show here, so that means we're going at least another 50 minutes, if you know what I mean.
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, you
All
gotta
night long.
You gotta edge it. This is a tantric webcast, is what I'm saying. We gotta do this shit like Sting, man.
Well, quite
Oops.
recently, I saw a porn video, or as some would call it, a porno.
A pornography, eh?
Yes, a pornography.
A video of pornographic nature.
Yes, and the title of the
A bit
video.
of a smutty.
And the title of the video was Over Orgasming. Over Orgasming. And I just had to watch it.
Was it truly over orgasming?
Technically, yes.
Or was it just, you know what, I'm over orgasming?
I just didn't realize that that's what it was, but yeah, technically.
It would have been so great if it was hipster porn, and it just, like, they got their clothes and they just sit there like, whatever, man, I'm doing this ironically. Like, I'm so over this. I can't even.
Strap on is wearing his big thick glasses. Sorry.
Orgasms are just like so.
Oh man, I went to the. I'm getting used to this. Like, I live in Southern California now, so.
How is it, by the way?
It is gorgeous and lovely, and every now and then I can end up going into like one of the greatest hipster circle jerks ever, outside of like Portland or Brooklyn or Austin. And I went today to a sausage house. Because, you know, it was Father's Day, so my wife decided to get the best food that she could associate with me being a dad, and she chose sausage.
I thought we were talking about another porn sausage.
No. Sausage house. Yeah, that I can't even remember the name of the place, but it basically was, we want to sell hot dogs, but we want to charge you $7 a hot dog.
Nice.
And so they were doing like all sorts of exotic meats and gourmet blends, and you weren't going to be able to buy a Coke and a hot dog for $3 at this place. And it was very much like a hipster central type place, but holy fuck were they such good sausages. So sadly, I'm probably going to put myself through that again at some point. Just go dive into the hipsterisms and get that. But they did like exotic meats like a buffalo sausage or a duck sausage. And I couldn't resist. I actually had a snake, rabbit, and jalapeno sausage for lunch.
Wait, you had jalapeno?
Yes, I do spicy food.
I don't know. I've always thought of you as like quite the woods.
You don't see me do spicy food at shows, just in case.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. That's one of my rules. I don't do a lot of dairy, and I don't do a lot of spicy foods at shows.
That's a very wise idea.
Yeah. But if I'm at home, I can enjoy the flavor and then the pain, so it's okay.
I don't know. I've just always thought of you like such a wuss, and it's kind of weird to think of you in any other way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's weird. It's quite unsettling. I'm not sure I can handle it.
I do that for you, O.
The wussing?
The wussing. Would you like me to eat spicy food before we go on a road trip to a convention?
The wussening.
The wussening. Would you like me to, like... I purposely don't, like, eat a lot of beans the day before you fly in and we drive to a show. Just, you know, you're the one sitting next to me. Would you like me to just blow it up?
We've had fart contests. Admittedly, you're the only one competing.
Undefeated.
Good job.
But yeah, you know, I'm not afraid of your spicy food reaction, because like I've already
understand the farting is something that's happened with me eating tame foods. It's a whole nother level.
That's basically just your way of saying like you ain't seen nothing yet, buddy.
Yes, you're talking like ripping space and time is what happens at this point. You know, the TARDIS comes flying out of my ass is what I'm saying. It makes that exact same sound every single time.
Wait, does it have like that squealing noise that it makes before it arrives. You know,
Yeah. Just a. That's my impersonation of a TARDIS. It's kind of terrible.
Yeah, it is.
But that's what that is.
That's your ass.
That's my ass. That is
Okay.
punching hole in space and time.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like we are classy today. This is what happens.
We are
when
super classy.
When
Yes.
we try to keep the show PG. Like this is what happens.
Well,
No, just the drawing subject was PG. That's all.
the drawing subject's PG, so you can put us on mute and it's PG. And yeah, he was kind enough to. That's always one of those worries that we have because we ask the artists like, okay, so what are we allowed to say? What are we allowed to draw? And yeah, you did request PG. You have a very family-friendly reputation.
Yes,
And at the
that's
same
right, keep it
time,
that way.
while we were waiting for you to get online, O was chastising me for my adding 2 new animals because I don't think I've ever had rabbit before today too, but having rabbit and snake crossed off the list now. And he was excited because he was pretty sure I didn't eat an endangered snake because
Yeah, Dern is not allowed to eat endangered animals as much as he wants to.
yes, those are my 2 animal rules that you have put on me. Is I'm not allowed to eat endangered food, and I'm not allowed to eat anything in the feline family.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Which every time I bring that up, another fan comes up to me and is like, I got a place where I can get you some lion. And it's so tempting, but I have not done it. I respect O. He is my life partner.
Why don't you just respect the lion? It would be like no. I mean, by all means, please respect me, but like respect.
Because in my heart of hearts, I know that a lion's true destiny is to become a truly awesome vest for me to wear, kind of like Kraven the Hunter. And if I could, I would do shows right next to you in a Kraven the Hunter lion vest.
I'm so glad I gave you that rule, like way in the beginning of our relationship.
That would be me in flip flops and a nice. Why does nobody ever cosplay Kraven? Oh my gosh, I have never seen a Kraven.
He sucks. He's one of the worst characters.
I am now craving a Kraven.
I really find it hard to believe.
Fart to believe.
I really find it hard to believe that he has fans.
Oh, have you?
I'm not talking about ironic fans, and I'm not talking about you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I am the guy that got excited in the first Captain America movie where they dropped Arnim Zola in, and the fact that they actually gave dialogue lines to Dum Dum Dugan. That was a big moment for me. Let's actually check over to see O's camera real quick. And then also the fact that Captain America 2 opens with a giant action sequence with Batroc the Leaper. They don't call him the Leaper, but they call him Batroc, and that's close enough for me.
And he does leap.
He does leap. It was awesome. I was just sitting there like a kid in a candy store like, Batroc, kick Captain America's... Oh, wait, that's right, you're the villain, you die.
No.
Well, he doesn't die. Spoilers.
Well, you don't know.
Snape kills him.
He might have, died by his injuries and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
That's
internal
very
bleeding.
insensitive of you. Darn.
Yeah, I know. I would have cried had they killed him on screen. I just couldn't have handled that.
So, Chris, have you seen Captain America?
I have not.
By the way, Batroc the Leaper, he's in it. That's something that, like, I don't feel bad spoiling that because it has so little to do with the plot.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's pretty much a cameo.
Yeah, it's like a sub fight type thing. Like,
and I've always thought like it's not really much of a spoiler when you say with a movie like Captain America, like, oh yeah, and he wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain America doesn't lose to a villain type guy.
I was like, oh yeah, he dies in like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never considered that like a spoiler. I mean, it's not like on the level of, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, blockbuster films where the bad guys win. And by the way, people listening, spoiler alert. But I guess that's given.
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1.
But it's Part 1.
Shut up. You asked a question.
So,
You
what
want
was
the answer,
the
why
Harry
not?
Potter movie before that?
That would be
Book 6, basically. The
no,
6
wait.
Harry Potter. The bad guys win that one, too.
Yeah, but at the end, they don't. So...
Well, Empire Strikes Back, but again, at the end, they don't.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about actual winning, where the bad guys actually win at the end.
I can say Megamind. Megamind would be a bit of a cheat.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as Despicable Me. He's not...
Titanic. Iceberg wins.
Too soon. Lincoln.
Iceberg is just like undefeated.
Lincoln.
Oh wait, are we counting An Inconvenient Truth as part of the Iceberg story?
Ooh, okay.
Lincoln.
Come on. There has to be Lincoln.
John Wilkes Booth for the win.
Okay, and that no. I mean, unless we're talking about Lincoln Vampire Hunter, that's not a very geeky movie. I mean, it's
so it has to now be geeky, and the bad guy has to win.
Well, otherwise we could just go like with that movie from the '80s, that romantic movie where that guy dies from leukemia. Shit, I forgot the name of that movie.
Philadelphia? No, wrong one.
No, that was AIDS.
Yeah. Whoops.
Leukemia, Brian's song. And
Whatever. You get my
bad guy.
You get my point.
No.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I'm talking about adventure movies. Okay, so let's go with adventure movies.
I have one that I can say, but I feel like it's too spoilery because it just came out.
Well, spoiler alert, people. Okay, what?
Thor 2.
Oh.
Thor 2?
Wait.
Dark World. One of the bad guys ends up on top.
Oh, you're right.
Very end of that
you're
movie.
Right. Touche.
Yeah.
What?
Have you seen it?
Okay. Spoiler alert.
All right.
Loki.
Yeah. Everybody, just turn off your volume.
Oh, Thor 2. Thor. I
Yeah,
understood.
the Dark
Yes,
World.
yes.
I understood. Thor 2, and I'm like, what movie did I just miss?
What about District 9?
I never saw that one.
I would argue
say-
that technically the bad guys win in that one.
Are you calling the aliens bad guys?
No, I'm calling humanity the bad guys on that one.
But humanity doesn't technically win.
Well,
District
the
9.
alien, he just kind of escapes. He doesn't actually, defeat the Earthlings at that point.
Well, then by that rationale, any movie where they escape, the bad guy wins. Because
any Snake Plissken type movie, he doesn't really go back.
New York wins.
Yeah, New York and L.A. undefeated. Yep.
Wow, I don't really feel that we've made a good case for bad guys winning in any of.
Sadly, it's really difficult for a movie to let the bad guy win and let that be the final way things shake out.
Okay, it has to.
Unless it's a historical fiction.
Is there a monster movie where the bad guy wins?
I'm trying to think. I know there's tons of
Godzilla?
Well, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I wouldn't want to count that one because it was a prequel and.
Technically, Godzilla movies usually end up with some
Godzilla's
form of
not a
Godzilla
bad guy.
winning.
Godzilla's not a bad guy. It's been established time and time again that he is a friend to humanity.
Okay.
Sure, he steps on stuff occasionally, but I'm pretty sure your kid also damages stuff. Yeah, pretty sure your kid also has damaged a bunch of stuff at your house, and you've only killed 3 of them, so you're pretty much used to it. So no.
Monster movies where the monster effectively wins. Frankenstein usually gets lynched at the end to show that humanity was the true monster. And then, yes, Frankenstein's monster.
But still, the bad guy. Oh, man. Because it doesn't really in Frankenstein movies, maybe Frankenstein was the bad guy, but the movie clearly shows him as the good guy. So
I got a good example.
Okay.
300. While technically the 300 win by stopping the Persian army, they also don't really get to go home and tell people about it.
True.
And in the end, the Persians, they are repelled in the end, but they did win the movie. So I guess, yeah. Then again, that just goes to show it's loosely based on history. So history is where the bad guys win. Because by that rationale, Braveheart.
Well, in that particular case, history didn't exactly win either.
True. But you know what I mean. Like,
well,
yeah.
Braveheart's one of those fun examples of how history has gone horribly wrong just for the sake of a movie, where they've got the Scottish painting themselves blue, which is something they stopped doing about 200 years before the time of William Wallace. And then they have William Wallace in this weird romance with the Princess of France. That would have been a much more interesting movie.
Yeah, that would have been an awesome movie.
Yeah, Braveheart. But that whole romance with the princess thing, yeah, that would only work if the princess was really into necrophilia, because she wasn't born before William Wallace was killed.
Well, but the fun thing about Braveheart is that they start the movie off by talking about how history is written by, like this is not the version you'll get in the history books. Yeah. That's just because history is written by the winners. And they're like, so that's a kind of
this is actually
get out of jail.
Whereas there is a fucking castle in Edinburgh, Scotland, with statues of William Wallace and that other guy as their two like gate things, and they're in full plate armor.
Well, that doesn't mean they necessarily were wearing it. You know, they could have just.
That's exactly what they were wearing. Yes.
Yes.
Although it could, you could argue that it's like a Knights of the Round Table situation, where the Arthurian legend was always based off of the past. Like, it's supposedly, when it was written in medieval times, it was written as if it were a few hundred years in the past, but for some reason they had modern day technology. Does that make sense?
No, I once saw Christopher
Lambert
movie.
Time.
I once saw a Christopher Lambert movie that was actually like a really weird version of Beowulf.
It actually was called Beowulf, yes.
And no, I know it was called Beowulf, but they had like modern day technology. Like,
yeah,
it was medieval, but at the same time, like they had these chainsaw lances and zippers and stuff like that. It was actually a very entertaining. Whatever happened to Christopher Lambert? What's he up to?
I believe Sean Connery chopped off his head to get Eternal Youth.
So, Dad, do you want to look up Christopher Lambert, or
Highlander joke? Dad joke number 5 goes to Dern.
I mean, I'll let it pass because Highlander is awesome, and I will have nobody argue the opposite.
No, I'm totally.
I even watched and enjoyed Highlander 2. I'll give you. I was extremely young, and I have not watched it again since. I just remember that it blew my mind that the main female character in Highlander 2 was the same female character from The Candyman, one of the first horror movies that I saw and made me go, it appears I like horror movies.
What I can't figure out is that he's actually done a lot of shit in the past 5 years. We're talking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 IMDb credits.
Really? Wow.
And I have heard of 2 of them and didn't realize he was in it.
Okay.
Apparently he had a recurring bit on NCIS Los Angeles, just a police procedural show here in the States.
Yeah.
And he was also in Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, which is surprisingly a movie I still haven't gotten around to seeing yet.
Is that the second one?
That's the second one.
No, I haven't seen that one either. No.
The one where Nicolas Cage, when he was getting punched out for CGI, he actually went around on set with a skull painted on his face.
That's awesome.
So that he could be Ghost Rider.
Didn't he actually believe he was Ghost Rider or some shit like that?
I don't know. It's tough to tell with Nick Cage, where the parody of himself begins and ends. Like how self-aware is Nick Cage. I really want to believe that he's very self-aware and just like a fucking genius.
I love that. I love the guy, and I'm pretty sure Dern should love him too because he shares your passion
Oh my God, yes.
for Superman, and I'm guessing you two would probably have very similar senses of humor.
Yeah, I would love to hang out with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but he has to make the face-off face, the crazy fight face. Like he would be. I would have him sign a contract because at this point I'm probably more famous than he is, or at
I'm
least.
gonna say no, but yeah.
Like I'm at least probably more respected than he is.
I will say yes on that. Although there is an interesting point that if you took half of Nicolas Cage's movies, divided them down the middle between stuff where he has been very good and stuff where he's been very bad, and you take only the good half, and he's done so much, and you just list off the good stuff, he is one of the best actors of his generation, hands down.
Oh,
like we would be talking about him as being better than Johnny Depp at this point.
I consistently found him very enjoyable, and there are of course a lot of Nick Cage movies that I did not enjoy, but a lot of the movies that people hate, I just think they're awesome bad movies. So, like, I even like The Sorcerer's Apprentice. So,
Chris,
yes.
Okay, let's talk favorite Nick Cage movie because that's I think where we're going here.
I can see it. And
I can see it.
I really have to pick one.
Yes.
Are you
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't give us questions, you get Nicolas Cage. Because you can't cage the cage.
Oh, come on. We were doing so well. We were doing so well.
I'm not going to count that one as a dad joke. I don't feel it is.
Just count it as a bad joke.
Oh, it was bad. Yeah. I'll agree to that. It was one of my worst ever. Yes.
Oh, gosh. I'm trying to really think. I know I've seen both Ghost Riders. I'm trying to think what other ones I've seen him in.
There's just so much Cage there.
Well, no, see, that's the thing is, like, I'm not terribly great at placing actors in our movies. My wife is awesome at it, but me is like, whatever.
So why are we talking to you? Just put your wife in.
Okay.
Is he actually doing it?
I think he's like, oh, fine, I quit. You guys. Wait, we got him back.
No, there he is.
Oh, thank God.
All right, with that, we've got 29 minutes and 45 seconds left on the battle clock.
For a minute there, I imagine like your wife was gonna come out like, I was sleeping. What do you want? Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. We wanted to know which Nicolas Cage movie your husband likes.
I can probably yell up to her real quick.
Tell me which Nicolas Cage do I like? Is it The Wicker Man? Was it Face Off? It was National Treasure, wasn't it?
It's Bangkok Dangerous.
Those at all. We'll just go with Ghost Rider because that's the only one I can think of right now.
It's probably Bangkok Dangerous.
Which?
Bangkok Dangerous. He is very good in that one. Yes.
Oh, he's good always. It's He's always good.
He's either good or so bad he's good, and
yeah, he
it's amazing how hard he pushes in that direction. I was actually reading like a review and a study of Nicolas Cage, and the best quote about it was like he's pushing for winning an Oscar for most actor.
I love it.
I know, and it's like, oh my God, that's perfect. Like, that's just what he does. Yes.
He is an actor.
He is the actor's actor.
So, what's your favorite Nick Cage movie then, Vern? Now that Chris has failed us.
Now that I've disappointed everybody.
I'm actually gonna. There's a part of me that is always going to love The Rock.
It is an awesome movie.
Yes. I mean, that was when he was on a hot run too. Because I'm also cheating and looking at his IMDb page, and
you little shit.
I do that all the time. Yeah, but he had just finished Leaving Las Vegas, got his Oscar. Then he does The Rock. Then he does Con Air. Then he does Face Off.
Face Off is awesome.
Yes, and like he's just hit, pounding it out there. And then, a little bit later, he's getting, like, Gone in 60 Seconds, bringing out your dad.
I love that movie.
Well, yeah, but they're getting shaky at that point. Yeah. And he's still doing pretty much good stuff, and Matchstick Men, National Treasure, Lord of War. But then he gets really close, and then finally Wicker Man, Ghost Rider. Bangkok Dangerous can go either way with me. Does a lot of voice work at this point, and then I think he brought it back with Kick-Ass as Big Daddy.
Yeah.
So he's mixing it up, keeping us guessing. And then there's some great ones like The Weatherman.
Nick Cage movie.
Yeah.
I think for me it would be a tie between Face Off and.
Yeah.
Yes.
Real question.
What kind of show are you on?
Tell us.
She's thinking.
Is this why you canceled date night?
Every movie.
She's in every movie, so she's having trouble thinking.
So what is his favorite movie? It's going to be Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah. That's what it's going to be.
Was he in that one? She's trying to think.
Oh, he's in as Nicholas Coppola in Fast Times. He's on screen for like 30 seconds.
Valley Girl.
Oh wow!
I don't think he was in Fast Times.
Yeah, she's disagreeing that he was in Fast Times.
No, he's Brad's bud. It's literally his big break role. He's like a fry cook in that one. Yeah, in the mall, that restaurant in the mall. If you watch it,
don't argue with him. It's not like he's using memory. He's just fucking.
No. I always knew about the Fast Times at Ridgemont High one because it always cracked me up.
Always. Oh, yeah, always.
No.
Yeah, always.
That's when he was still going as Nicholas Coppola.
I legit knew that the whole time.
His uncle's name. His uncle.
I just didn't want to say so.
No. His uncle is Francis Ford Coppola. He was using his uncle's name to get work early on, and then he switched it to Nick Cage as an homage to Luke Cage, Power Man.
Yeah, I
right?
did.
I wasn't paying attention.
No,
Yeah.
I did know that. I just didn't memorize it because it's.
I didn't have
Hollywood names are always fascinating that way.
Yeah,
But-
you didn't know your Nick Cage facts, man. I'm kind of...
But my favorite would be a tie between Face Off and Weatherman.
Yeah, Weatherman is a really underrated one.
I love that movie. I think it's really, really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like fun, a stupid Nicolas Cage fun, but actually like a good movie. And I also have a soft spot in my heart for the horror. Yeah, a soft spot. A soft spot in my heart for
A sport.
the
It's like
horror
a combination.
For the horror and abomination, but ultimately such guilty pleasure that is Next.
Next? Okay.
Have you never seen Next?
That's one of the ones I've missed. I will admit that.
Yeah, that's what. They're saying. Yeah.
He was not really in it.
She's saying that he wasn't really in it for Fast Times.
Yeah, no, literally, it's like a minute.
She said that you guys can go, show off.
It was a paycheck. It was his first gig. He's on camera.
Like, you guys are discussing Nick Cage? This is why you canceled date night? Just... I want a divorce! So, now that we've ruined your marriage...
Standout. Oh, that's a good one.
You want standout?
Yeah.
She's IMDb'ing right now, isn't she?
Yeah.
How dare she? Has she no sanctity there?
Darren, you're just
Only a complete hack would be going on IMDb for this conversation.
Yeah, Darren.
Total hack.
Hi, buddy.
He's standing on a big robot.
That's a big robot. That's right.
Oh my gosh, we've got a kid cameo happening off of Chris's mic, don't we?
Yeah, I hear him.
All right, we probably need to get the kid out of the room.
She's seeing my Cintiq and the screen.
That robot's huge.
That robot's huge.
Can you verify whether or not the kid can hear us, Chris?
No, he cannot hear us.
Okay, that is good.
Well, we could just stop.
Baby.
Oh.
I don't think I could do that. 22 minutes left in the podcast of the Sketchcast of the Battle Clock.
22?
22 minutes.
Okay. Whew.
And then it's all over.
Oh, boy.
It all ends.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
It's the moment of truth.
Oh, Nicolas Cage. He will be our guest next week on the Sketchcast. He's actually...
Don't be that way. I wish that were true.
Well, the thing is he's secretly been doing a webcomic for about 10 years now called The Devil's Panties.
I figured that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go like all Shia LaBeouf on us and say like, oh, he's been making comics.
Oh, jeez. Shia.
Wait, Shia?
Shia.
Well, oh, you're questioning the pronunciation or the comics?
The pronunciation.
Oh, I honestly could not care less about half
No.
about how I'm supposed to say that guy's
As
name.
far as celebrities that I would like to meet, Shia used to be on that list, and man, has he managed to drop off it fast. So, no Shia love. But no, actually, next week's Sketchcast, our guest will be Jenny Breeden of The Devil's Panties.
Oh.
We still
I know
haven't.
that one.
Why, thank you. Yes. Wow, you actually have a guest that I recognize.
No, I'm just like so out of touch with comics, like because I work and do my own stuff so much.
Oh, don't worry, I don't read comics at all.
No, yeah, I'm the only one on this podcast that actually reads comics. I'm relatively sure of that. That
I want
my
to.
read list,
It's like no hate, but
you could take a quarter of my read list, and it would still be twice as much as your two read lists combined. I would be willing to bet that.
I'll say like I've had a lot of laughs because after watching X-Men Days of Future Past, I've been reading it, and it's been hilarious to me because like all through Akon at night when we were just like hanging out at the hotel, I'd read it and I'd just laugh to Dern and say like, oh shit, have you seen like this out? Because I've never here's a geek confession, never before now have I read an X-Men comic.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'd be turning to Duran and going like, "Oh shit, have you seen like Alpha Flight? Like, Alpha Flight? That's hilarious!" And he'd be like, "Yep."
Holy crap, that's racist to Canadians. I didn't even think that was possible.
And yep, there it is.
Yeah, well,
Alpha Flight.
comics. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, Alpha Flight was really Alpha Flight, and the Marvel version of Dante's Inferno was just, and that's definitely not in the movie. Let me tell you that. That's definitely not in X-Men.
No, that's the new trend in making movies, is to grab the name from a very popular comic run and pretend like they're doing that storyline and have it really not have anything to do with that storyline.
It just, like in this case, I really do not blame them.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
this
that
case, I
storyline
really
that
don't
everybody almost pretends that they've read in the past, and it's not really that good.
Well, to me, that's what's pretty much happening with these Marvel movies. Like I'm definitely gonna want to read The Winter Soldier. I've been told that. But the trend I'm seeing with these Marvel movies is let's make believe this comic was good.
It's just like make it a shared, shameful secret. Yeah,
And
when
yeah,
people think
it's
about the
just-
good old days. And the thing is those comics, like, I read a lot of Golden Age comics, too. I love getting, like, the old phone book style reprints on newsprint type ones, just to, like, flip through and read them. And those comics are amazingly horrible. Like, most of them are cut and paste in the art, and they are so stilted in the action, and the plots are just batshit crazy.
Well, I've told you before, Darren, that I would love to, for you to get me one day a job, maybe, making a cover for Marvel or DC of your choice. It could even be Aquaman. I'll do it. And like looking at these comics, I'm like, how has this not happened yet? Wow, like they're just bad on so many levels. Like it's kind of these comics. Then there was the '90s. And we are living in a awesome age for comics because there's some amazing artists right now, but like
many of whom will be on the Sketchcast this year.
from the 80s.
No. The amazing artists now.
Oh, okay. Like
I'm actually pretty
from
proud of the
80s.
lineup that we have that's going to be coming down the pipe this summer and fall. we've lined up some pretty good guests. I mean, we got this like Chris Williams schlub on right now. I mean, jeez.
That's just slow starting.
Jeez, I'm amazed that he actually got lines down on the paper. Jeez. Chris.
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Chris.
What?
We love
Nothing. No. I'll if it makes you feel better, Chris, Dern has talked to me about you before. He loves your work.
Aw.
Yeah.
What is sweetie?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And artistically, I do think you're awesome.
Yay. This is.
He's still going to set his computer on fire at the next possible.
Yeah. But not because of the quality of the art.
Yeah.
And not because he thinks jokes are inherently bad. It's just because of the
comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dern got like fertile sperm all over my computer. Wait, no.
Oh boy.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
You know that happened.
Okay.
You know that Cintiq was in my house for a full month before you got to touch it. And you begged me. You said,
So
Darren.
that just became a fetish for you.
Darren, touch it for me. Touch it good.
I did actually ask you to.
He seriously did actually beg me to pull it out of the box and touch it.
I did. Yeah. That is true, though.
To be fair, that was actually some professional paranoia and wanting to make sure that your tool would work.
Yeah, that's
know
really
what I mean.
was going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Aren't
Chris,
you glad, Chris,
yes.
that you decided to not let us, that you let us not hold the PG-13 on this episode? Aren't you glad? Actually, PG, yes. Doesn't that make you feel proud?
I'm having second thoughts.
So Dern, isn't this the part of the show where you like
I pay
ask
for
the
drugs.
guests what they're doing and stuff like that?
Yeah, sure. Well, no, we got a lot of this. But in fairness, we've actually hit almost all my notes at this point. Because you mentioned you're doing your webcomic still at this point, right?
Yes. Doing my best to do it anyway.
Okay. Now, physical collections. I do remember. I don't know how much you want to talk about your first major physical comic that you put out from Christopher.
My first major.
Really doesn't
the
want to
one that you released at SPX last year that I actually I think,
Dominion?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what about it? Ask away.
Yeah, do you actually want to talk about like the topic that comic
We
covered?
can,
Because
yeah.
it's-
I mean, by all means, we can.
like your comic packs a punch sometimes. It's a very cutesy comic, and there are fart jokes there, and you actually then tackled child abuse in your comic at one point.
Yeah, I think that's actually kind of what helps me be like the kind of goofier father than I am these days now.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, because like anybody who's really come up to me is like I'm usually pretty upbeat, you know. I mean, I might be kind of quiet at first until I get to know you, but for the most part, I'm really upbeat. I mean, I try to be a lot of fun to be around.
Yeah, if you follow
Like,
both
I don't-
of us on Twitter, you'll get very bad pun chains going back and forth.
I can't help it. That's just the territory there. But
You're a good sparring partner. I do actually like going pun for pun with you. It's just usually I will throw like a triple pun down at the end when I'm like, I'm done with this. We're gonna end it now. I feed my baby with puns. But no, yeah, it's
because I really do try to stay upbeat a lot about just about anything I do, and there's a very because like I don't know, I look back at my own childhood, it really probably was not that great, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like a lot of like how like it forms the father I am now, just because.
Shoot, we actually had a very unfortunate audio cutout there.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
He said this shapes the father that you are now.
Yeah, and I don't want to repeat the mistakes of the past. It's pretty much what it's all about. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I have I don't know, a psycho, I guess, to put it mildly.
You share the good of what it is to be a parent, and you don't shy away from the bad of what's happened to you personally.
Yeah.
And it's that's really amazing. And your writing, I have to say you're going to win an award at some point for just the raw emotion that you're able to put in your comics.
I mean, I try. I mean, 'cause I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm a writer, I guess, but I mean, I've always like just kind of, and it's always been important to me to like really convey how I felt at that point in time, and like, it's been said a lot that I'm.
We're only getting like every other word from you, Chris. I'm really sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's kind of disturbing because you're like touching a very serious, very hardcore topic.
Yeah,
but most of what we're getting is like you said, like I try to show.
It's like we're talking to a robot that has just discovered love and it is making it malfunction. So it's a very touching, loving scene and also very incredibly awkward at the exact same time.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
But can you take it from hello?
Hi.
Let's
Hi,
go
Chris.
from hello.
So, Chris, what do you do?
Oh boy. I guess what I was saying is like I've been told several times that I'm pretty blunt with my writing. I guess.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty quick to the point, but it's like for me it's like because I'm not a very good writer. I don't deal with a lot of metaphor. I'm not very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very important for me to.
I disagree with you on the skill of writing. You do have some legitimate talent there.
Well, thank you. I'm trying, but it's
just
really
give me
important.
time, all right, man. Come on, it would be better next time.
But
like, your first mini.
It was important for me to convey like how I felt back then, you know. And I guess when I was writing the whole thing, it really wasn't that hard to write about how I felt because I was going through a lot of it again as I was writing and drawing it. That mini was like one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's honestly when you said that you were coming out with that, I recommended people buy it, and I myself knew I don't deal well with that type of raw emotion. So I'm like, I'm going to recommend people do this because I read through it in your webcomic when you first told the story, and I'm like, I can't do that again. But so I actually purposely did not buy your mini. Because totally I knew it would affect me.
Yeah. Yes, and that's another thing. Is like at first I just had like kind of like in the end of my first collection of comics, I guess, where you had to like buy the whole collection in order to read it, or you had to go to my website in order to read it. But then I kind of wanted it to be a standalone story. So when I made it the mini, I had like 3 pages in the front, 3 pages in the back, just like to show my life now compared to what it was, and just because you might be going through a hard time, it doesn't mean your life is always going to be terrible.
So what you're saying is I'm an asshole for having avoided it the second time.
No, not at all.
How dare you, Dern?
Well, actually, okay, yeah, fine, you are.
Yeah.
But, but no, I mean, that's like, I really wanted it to be a standalone story and not just like kind of thrown in there, I guess. And just like that kind of contrast, what it was for me back then to how it is now. Just like, I think my life is great now. I have a wonderful wife and kid. And I mean, compared to what I had growing up, it's a total 180. So I mean, just because you might be going through a hard time now, keep your chin up and keep working towards that happier life. It will happen. And that's kind of what I wanted to show. And just like constantly make an effort to do better.
Mm-hmm. And you apparently really know how to draw a GoBot.
I don't know what happened. Okay, here's the whole story behind it. There's Super Art Fight, right? And there's a whole Art Fight stream. There's like we have topics every 5 minutes, and we have to draw them submitted by the crowd. One of them was Grand Theft Autobots. I don't know what happened, but I went for GoBots. I don't know why my mind was like, oh, Autobots, GoBots, duh, come on. And I just drew a GoBot, and I don't know why. I guess it's because I can't read.
The thing that I'm saying, though, because for those that actually know their GoBots, your robot design is actually going really close to Psykill.
Well,
it's like you just have GoBots in the heart, is what I'm saying.
I remember getting a lot of their toys when I was younger, so
I'm pretty sure
probably explains a lot.
Most of the group of students that I have that are listening to this show, GoBots were they were a line of toys, and also they also had a series, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That was like the Transformers. I would call it like Transformers Light.
It was in the early 80s.
Kind of wanted to be the competition.
Tonka trucks.
Yes,
so
Tonka.
Trucks were a very big thing. Like I had a lot of Tonka trucks as a kid. My dad worked road crew, so he was more than happy to give me dump trucks and all sorts of things. And Tonka decided that they were going to get him pissed off by Hasbro making car toys. So they came out with their own sort of knockoff GoBots. Yeah.
And there were toys,
terrible.
and there was also a series, and it was inferior in every single way. But I think
Down the line.
I think every single American child had that disappointing moment
Like
when you finally got a Transformer, but your parents didn't quite get it, and they got you a GoBot.
Says you. I still enjoyed my GoBots.
Really?
Bunch of haters.
Yeah. Yeah, because they sucked. They really did. They had no articulation. They had no cool cartoons. Your face has articulation. Here's the funny thing about GoBots. Is in the 90s, they actually got absorbed by Hasbro.
Yes.
So now GoBots actually are Transformers.
Thank you for saying that. I'm going to rub that in everybody's faces now.
Except for the fact that they're the Transformers that nobody gives a shit about. Because they're fucking GoBots.
Whatever, they're still Transformers.
You know what they're not?
What?
They're not wheeled warriors. They cannot stack an attack.
Well, neither can you.
Well, you never know that.
Wait. I don't want to go down. I don't want to go down.
Whenever possible, I try to stack an attack. Like, I actually have knuckle tattoos that say stack and attack. I have a terrible case of polydactylism that makes that work.
I'll testify to that not being true.
Not even close to true.
Sorry,
How badass would that be?
Sorry, Darren, but until you actually go ahead and finally get a fucking tattoo, you're not gonna get it. Like you are not gonna get my support there.
You gotta shut down, buddy.
Yeah. For those listening at home that have no idea what O looks like, he does have a tattoo along half of his body.
So
That's pretty.
Yes. I have no tattoos. Soon though. But the thing is like every now and then I'm like, I got a good idea for a tattoo. I think I might do this, and you always shoot it down. Like, no, that's not good.
Yeah, I do that, and it's because they weren't very good.
Well, it's what I like. If I put a tattoo on, it's got to be what I identify myself as, and what I'm always going to identify myself as, and that's just not good enough for you. I'm sorry.
Well,
try.
You can get a tattoo of me.
And the thing is if I did that, I would have to get you to design your character model for that, and 2 years later you would hate it.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Pretty much hate me right now anyway.
I actually wanted to check on that because we were at A-Kon last weekend, and we actually had to pull out our 2-year-old banner, like our original Scallywags International banner for that show due to some packing limitations. And I never actually got your opinion on that one because I always loved that banner, but I didn't know what you thought about it.
Fucking hate it.
You do?
Oh, like with a passion.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about our 8-foot wall?
I hate it.
You hate the wall?
I fucking hate the wall.
Oh my gosh. Your opinion just doesn't matter. Okay.
I'm just very much aware of how much it costs to make, but I really wish we had a Bone Breakers wall right now.
A Bone Breakers wall? That's not going to happen. We'll get a Bone Breakers banner, but not a full wall.
Well,
there's branding issues there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 minutes left. 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Yes. But no, let's actually talk about upcoming conventions, because O and I have a show coming up. It's a little show called San Diego Comic-Con.
You might have heard of
that. You may have heard of that one.
I haven't, actually.
O and I are getting ready to do something stupid at that show that we are referring to as Operation Balls Deep.
Yes, sir.
What we are going to do is we are actually going to turn our booth into a ball pit. We're going to take a kiddie pool, we're going to fill it with ball pit balls, and O and I are going to sit in the ball pit and let fans come in and go balls deep with Owen Durham.
I want to
And
die now.
yes, it is going to be beautifully stupid. We still have a few secrets. No, wait, we don't have secrets left on that, do we? I will be wearing a 1920s bathing suit, and I believe you will be wearing. You're promising to go topless.
Yes, I'll be going topless, and for the time that I'm not in the pool, I'll be wearing a silky robe.
Hold on a second, I'm muting Chris temporarily so that you can talk.
No, I was just saying that I'll be wearing a silky robe for the moments that I'm not in the pool.
For your out-of-the-pool moments. We
Yes.
will also have a special print there that you could buy that says, I went balls deep with Owen Durham.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be a magical time.
So that's something that you're probably going to get sick of hearing about over the next 5 weeks, but we are ridiculously excited about. So, yeah, shut up.
You should.
Shut up. For those that just want the Dern, my next show is actually in 2 weeks. It's the American Library Association. So, honestly, if you're not one of our librarian fans, I wouldn't actually recommend going to this show. If you are one of our librarian fans, you should definitely go to this show.
Well, I don't think they need you to tell them that they should go to the Librarian Association.
American Librarians show.
Yeah, like, if they're a librarian, they probably know that they should go.
It's a good show. It's fun, but if you're a librarian or somebody who makes books, so.
But that's like saying like you should go to Comic-Con, like if you're into comics and movies.
Well, yeah, Comic-Con is like if you're into movies, if you're into books, if you're into video games, if you're into pop culture. Like everybody should try to go to Comic-Con at least once in their life. I don't think everybody should try to go to ALA.
I love you.
Yeah. I think ALA understands that when bringing me in as a guest, that I'm not actually going to bring in my hardcore fans just to see it. Example, Akon. We just did that show, and we had at least a half dozen people come up to us and let us know that we were their main reason for showing up at Akon. We even had one or two fans, I can't remember exactly, who said we are their only reason that they came to Akon. And the rest was, oh, wait, hold on a second. The battle clock has sounded, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no!
Yes. Can you guys actually hear this?
Yes.
I heard it like very faintly.
Incredibly annoying beeping that's going on in my skull right now. Okay.
Well, I tried.
Okay. All right. So let's actually take a stop. Which artist would like to describe their work first? Chris.
Oh crap.
Oh,
By not talking, you get to go first.
Okay. I drew
Pencil
a
down.
robot.
Oh, I see what you're doing
I drew a
there.
robot and his little buddy sitting next to a water wheel, and I didn't quite get to finish it. Because I was lagging so bad in Manga Studio 4, so I switched over to 5, and that was a lot better. So then I started getting cranky on that. So
It's a very fun, brightly colored robot. I think we need more of those.
yeah, I was working on toning them down a bit. I was just trying to get some colors thrown on.
By the way, you'll notice O right now is O's actually not touching his work for once.
no.
Okay. Sometimes he's been known to be naughty and touch his work after the battle clock has sounded. But now he's behaving. So, what do we have here?
Well, I drew a giant robot as per Chris's request.
Does he have an adventure?
Well, he's walking towards it. There you can see the pilot.
Yeah,
This is
we've
the
got
worst
like
adventure I've ever
it's like a Pacific Rim Jaeger Mark 0 is what I'm seeing.
I went with a sort of pseudo cartoony kind of robot. Also because our guest is cartoony, so I went with that.
Yes.
And
This is ridiculous. Oh my god.
and he's just kind of walking towards adventure. I kind of gave him like the wings in the back. That's because during our last convention during Akon, I bought my first Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of really dig like those kind of wing things that it has in the back. So I'm looking at it right now. I haven't built it, but I'm looking at the box right now. So I added like those accessories in the back and that. And the design of the cockpit was kind of ended up looking like a light bulb. That doesn't seem very safe as far as cockpits go.
It's shatter down.
It really begs to like just be smashed.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a very safe robot to be
Any
riding
kaiju
around
that
in,
comes
but-
into battle with the Jaeger is just gonna be like, fuck that noise.
It's Mark 1, so.
It's experimental.
Yeah.
They're just trying it out.
Yeah.
And
To beat
stuff.
monsters. To beat
And the
monsters. We
color
made very
scheme was
stupid
really
monsters.
color scheme was really on the fly. I kind of just went with kind of red and yellow, and it kind of worked out. I didn't think it was gonna.
Like the yellow is shifting a little green for me. Could just be my monitor settings because I'm terrible at setting up my monitor.
Oh no! It has a green tint to it, like in the.
So I'm getting an almost like happy Evangelion vibe. Like
Yeah,
if,
I can see that.
if Neon Genesis Evangelion were just about a bunch of plucky teens having lovely life adventures.
They're extremely unsafe
they're all
giant robots.
They're extremely unsafe, killing them quickly robots.
You
and
see,
if it were
at a
less
certain
about-
point, the cockpit kind of started looking to like a light bulb to me.
Yeah.
So what I'm imagining now is that they just screw the cockpit on like a light bulb. You know, it
And
just
just
kind of.
slowly, and it's like each jerk going, not like anything quick. Or is it like super quick and it's like instant motion sickness?
No, I'm just imagining that they kind of have the cockpit and like a giant arm just kind of comes from above and just screws it on like a giant hand. It just kind of screws it on, but the robot is hanging upside down, so like it's actually like screwing on a light bulb, something like that.
Oh, it screws upward, basically?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird to screw a light bulb downwards.
Well, not always.
Not really?
Not really. I mean,
Okay, so it's screwed
a
down.
lamp.
Fuck
If you
guys.
did that with a lamp, like a desk lamp, you would screw the light bulb in down.
So
Wait,
it.
I like
so
the idea
guess-
though of the pilot being upside down and just screwed up into this, and then they have to like get 20 people to push the robot right side. If you
Well, I guess
thought,
the conclusion is that it is a robot lamp, a giant robot lamp.
it's basically if you thought that the robots, the kaiju, the Jaegers in Pacific Rim were completely impractical, have we got an impractical robot for you, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, that's what we got.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Impractical giant robot lamp.
And this is the point where people are like, yeah, let's just build the fucking wall. I mean, we know it doesn't work, but it gives us something to do before we're extinct. Yeah.
So,
All right.
So, okay. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Williams, you have been a lovely guest for us. Let's
Thank
show
you for having me.
quickly. Your comic is ChristopherComic.com. It's Christopher with a CH and a PH.
Yes, it's
Yes.
.com.
.com. Because .net is for communists. Ironic.
And .org is for hippies.
Yep. Damn hippies. And .gov is the man.
Okay, that's another one for your dad jokes.
And
Ran all over my
dad joke
Start
number
joke.
6 goes to Dern, commanding lead 4 out of 6 dad jokes. I will take that as a win and a shameful loss at the exact same time, but a win is a win, so I don't care. Let's see, Chris, your next show will be, I believe, SPX.
Yes.
Yes. In lovely, we're pretending it's not Bethesda, but it really is, but we call it
really
Rockville.
Yes.
It's Bethesda, people. Come on. But they'll try to say it's Rockville. But whatever. It's Maryland. And it's a
Yeah,
lovely
yeah.
show. I am trying to go to SPX. I'm not going to get off the waiting list this year. But I am
Are you in the first 100 at all?
no, I am in like the last 100.
Ooh.
No, because they did that like flip a head or tail that would start low or
Yeah.
start high. Mine was in the 90th percentile of the high.
Ugh.
It was definitely a case of, well, I'm either really going or really not going, and sadly, I'm in the really not going.
Luckily, I had a buddy that, like, because it was like me and a bunch of people just like, all right, we're just going to try to get our
Okay.
tables and then branch off so you can get a table. And that's how we did it. So
I'm actually in the process of like slowly going through my list of friends. Like, hey, do you guys have 3 feet, maybe? Yeah, because that's really going to be the only way that I can go to SPX at this point. So I'd love to go. I'd love to return to Maryland just for that show, but we'll see. That's in the fall. Like I said,
be buddies again.
Yay! No joke. I actually really want to do that just for that reason alone.
Last year was so much fun. Was because
oh gosh. Hotel room parties with cartoonists. It's always fun.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then my next show.
We talked Monica into coming back, so.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Monica, who actually has been a guest on the show previously.
Yes.
To prove that you have known multiple people that have been on the Sketchcast. Let's see. My next show will be ALA in 2 weeks. Actually, just under 2 weeks. That show starts on June 27th. And his next show will be San Diego Comic-Con. Balls Deep starts July 23rd.
Indeed.
Yes. Websites to plug, obviously Christopher Comic, we mentioned.
It's .com.
ChristopherComic.com. Also check out the...
.com.
Are you going to stand on my plug? You're stepping on my plug, Chris. I can't threaten to mute you because I have a solemn promise never to mute anybody on the Sketchcast ever again. And let's see, my plug. Yes, definitely check out thebonebreakers.com. Season 2 has just started up and just gotten temporarily interrupted by a convention appearance, but we start regular pages again on Monday, right?
Yes, that's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow, page 11 of the Bonebreakers, chapter 2 starts up. And I think we've hit the plug-o-rama. You guys suck at dad jokes. I am the king of dad jokes.
Wow, that's something I'll just take to Twitter. Yeah.
We're taking this to Twitter.
I am going to get a mug that says that. It's going to be, since I always drink right-handed, it's going to say on the outside, you suck at dad jokes, and on the inside is king of dad jokes. Yeah.
We're taking this to Twitter. We'll settle this right there.
Oh, no, we're not.
Yes, we are.
I live on the West Coast now, and that means that Game of Thrones is going to start in an hour, and it's the season finale.
I'm excited.
And, yeah, on that note, I'm actually going to shut this down right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen, because I haven't been checking the Q&A, and thankfully there's nothing in there. Okay, you've been a lovely audience, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you guys suck at asking questions. If you come up with a question online, feel free to throw it on the comments on the YouTube, and we will try to address it next week. Our guest will be Jenny Breeden. We will be, it's 8 o'clock minus 5 UTC, right?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, well, you're the one that actually knows UTC. And if that's actually the correct acronym. What?
No, I did GMT.
GMT. Yeah, minus 5 GMT, right?
Yeah.
8 o'clock p.m. Sunday, minus 5 GMT. In other words, whatever time this show was for you now. Unless you watch it on YouTube, then no. But maybe. All right, we love you guys. We are signing out. I can't find the broadcast button.